So, as I said, that Sanjay Bhai Dangi and Rajiv ji are the two veterans who have invested in equity markets. They have seen cycles, they have seen some decades, they have seen highs and lows of companies. But my ultimate point is that let's make this conversation casually, and I would like to ask 2-3 questions, then I will leave it up to you. So starting with Sanjay Bhai. Sanjay Bhai, you are known for taking bold steps, big bets in companies. You have recently taken 42% stake in Pratap Snacks, which has become a very high news over the market. That is why I'm using this word Pratap Snacks. So what actually how does that conviction comes from by taking such a substantial stake? What is the process of doing that? And how do you see, after investing, what do you see actually? How do you track it? And how the exit process is planned while you are taking such big bets? Because that's very important, that without exit, I am sure you would have not taken such a big step. So can you please throw some light on such kind of big bets which you have taken in your life and investments?
So good morning to you all. And first of all, thank you, Krunal, for thinking for me and making me to become part of this such amazing audience. So what Kunal asked me is very, very difficult question to answer. Issue is that I just make a little background of what we were before and what we are doing today. So our journey started as a normal investor into market, and I started stock market in 2005. So I've not seen more cycles, but I've seen many problems in my life, and COVID was a game changer, a different thought process I got in my mind that every time we are making money, we are losing something. So first we changed the entire strategy of investing from migrating from a very, very small company to a medium to large size company, so that we thought I can reduce my risk profile. And you won't believe the COVID to now, in 5 years, we made our money almost 25 to 30 times. And what gave me confidence that why I've done in last first 15 years, what we have done in investing, and now last 5 years gave me a different confidence of investing. And when we grew like this stage in last 18 months, we decided that this kind of market is not going to sustain. It may sustain, I want it to sustain, but we took a very conscious decision of selling my 80% portfolio. You won't believe we booked almost 10,000 crores profit in last 5 years. So we thought, what should I do extra? So in this process, so in my two side of mind, one side of my mind is very clear that COVID kind of situation can come anytime now. We have seen from COVID to now many events, from the inflation to US election to US tariff war to now India Park kind of scene. So how an investor should see that how to make a better risk profile. So we thought that we got an amazing opportunity to acquire two platform of trade platform run by Anil Ambani. The two platforms, Reliance Commercial Finance and Reliance Home Finance, we bought through the public auction, and we paid almost 5,000 crores to buy these two companies. And by that, we ventured from investing to buying a company. So we bought a credit platform. So that was not enough. The kind of money we are generating, we thought, why should I make money on the stocks where I already made so many X money? So we thought, why don't we migrate it to a platform where we can buy our own companies, provided these companies as a value, I'm buying at a price, and many other sectors. So now come to the Pratap Snacks, what you asked me, very amazing company, we got it. We knew the promoter before. The company promoted by the Sequoia Capital, one of the best private equity fund based in US. You won't believe market price was 1,100 rupees. And my nephew is here, and we discussed internally. It's not something, a call I take personally. We have an entire team, we have a process, we have an amazing research team. And believe me, we offered 700 rupees price. A listed company at a price, and we offered 700 rupees price. And somebody will think, how the private equity guy offer this kind of offer from me? But you will surprise, it took us 2 months, and one fine night, 10 o'clock, I got a call, Dangi, we want to close this transaction tomorrow. And I called my nephew that we have to do it. But no, it's not going to happen tomorrow. I think nothing going to happen. Next morning, we spoke and we agreed to a price of 746 or 747, which was 35-40% discount from the market price. So why we bought this company? We entered at a price where my risk was nothing. I bought a company around 1.2 time to sell, a company making consistent EBITDA, amazing management, top-class auditor, 2.5 million distributors, 2.5 million retailers, 5,000 plus distributors. The kind of company, can you imagine some guy can create in one day? And on and about that, company sitting on cash. And you won't believe in we did the entire open offer, we got the CCI approval. Today, price is 40% above the price what I paid. I've seen all the worst cycle of market in last 5 months. So what we learned, not only this Pratap, we bought Nitco Tiles. In another example, we bought a debt, we converted debt to equity. We are today 50% owner. So our best part in our team is we know what we are buying. Before we buying, we know where we'll sell the story. Not only the stock, where we'll sell the tiles. So I got an investor, maybe Loda, maybe Prestige, maybe DB, maybe Sukhraj Nahar, kind of people, we made them equity investor day one. So now today, the best part is that the company what I bought, I will go get buyer for those products as a B2B business. So I'm not an equity investor, but I'm learning. Now coming back to Pratap's next, an amazing company, and going forward, what you're talking for exit, I don't see any challenge in selling a company when the deal like Haldiram is happening to 7 times to sell, how many times to EBITDA. So we are very, very mindful when we are writing 800 crores plus check into one company as an individual company, which never seen before, we never thought. But Krunal will surprise you the word that kind of money we are going to mint into this company.
Fantastic. So, Rajiv ji, you have been working with Rakesh Jhunjhunwala since years. Of course, this question is supposed to come that what have been your overall experience with him? What is the critical thinking he used to do for investments? We all know that he started with 5,000 rupees and today he left at around 70,000 crore rupees. All of the money made from equity investments by taking some bold steps in companies like Titan and all. So, what is your key learnings from him and what is the different thought process he had which maybe most of the investors don't have?
Thanks Kunal bhai. Thanks for inviting me. It's a very loaded question that it is very difficult to summarize in a short time as to what you learn from him. Please understand that he used to have 2 books. There was a trading book and there was an investment book. And these 2 have very different thought processes. The trading book, trading is actually you would bet on a price volume of a stock and trade. Now you can trade with 1 day outlook, 2 days outlook, or a few days outlook. Investment, you want to hold on for very long periods of time. It is very difficult to explain trading in any slides. If you like a particular stock in terms of the price behavior, you will get into that stock and get out whenever you're comfortable or when you think the price can change or the price is heading. He was basically a long only investor, more long than short, but he used to actually do long and short both. So I would keep the trading discussion aside. From an investment standpoint, I feel that he used to do a lot of deep thinking with respect to what the business can do over the next few years. The second element was, will the business need a lot of investment in terms of dilution? Would they need debt, equity? How will the business shape up over the next 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years? He used to create those scenarios in his mind and then figure out, actually used to study a lot of companies, and his entry point used to be always when the price is favorable to him, even on the investment side. But once having made the investment, he used to be a skeptic, used to look at why the business would do well or not do well. Because you've got into the stock because you know why would it do well. But at the same time, it's important to know why would the stock not do well or why would the business not do well. And if he, through that process of critical thinking, you always build more conviction. He was one of the few people I'm aware of who would be, if he is convinced, he will again go and buy the same stock again. That's what has happened to many of his listed stocks. He's bought them at different prices. Its source of capital used to come from trading, and that that surplus capital used to get invested to buy stocks and companies which you could own for long periods of time. So a lot of critical thinking beyond the numbers, and he used to get 360-degree feedback on those companies, talking to management, talking to customers, talking to even their competitors, to just convince himself that I have made the right decision and this company is likely to do well. We'll have sales growth, we'll have sustainability of margins, and hopefully will not need a lot of debt to sustain that growth.
So Rajiv bhai, we have seen that he made most of the money in Titan. So where he has allocated money at every price point you said, every PE what he felt, and he kept on investing in the company even in the downfalls. So how does that courage comes? One question. Second thing, what portion of it goes for the luck? Because everyone can do, most of the investors do averaging, but maybe not in the right stock. But can we say that yes, the courage was there of him as well as the luck also favored to him?
I'm sure luck favored, but it's very difficult to define the role of luck. Anybody who's blessed with surplus capital, skills, intelligence is also lucky. In some ways, already won the biological lottery. So I think specifically for that particular company is a listed company. They declare their results. Every quarter they have, once a year they have a conversation as to where the business is heading. Originally, he was excited about the prospects of the watch business when he first entered. But along the way, he felt that the jewelry business is likely to do well. And bulk of the jewelry industry itself was local players, but there was no national player. He felt that the jewelry industry would get organized. Also, the fact that it had a Tata management, which is absolutely clean and would not indulge in any bad practices in terms of what they're selling. So each point in time, his conviction as the business grew, his conviction went up, and he kept on adding that stock. But more importantly, he was a big believer in the India story. He was a big believer in Indian entrepreneurs. And specifically, he's talked about it publicly that he likes Tata management. And despite the fact that the Titan stock had probably 50% drawdown at 3 instances, I remember. And at that time, I was working with him as well. His confidence was not shaken at all. So he was absolutely convinced that these are hiccups. Market cycle is bad or a business cycle is bad. I've seen Titan not perform for, I think, a couple of years after the global financial crisis. They saw Titan changing his business model at some point in time. Gold was part of its inventory. That used to influence its prices. Then they started doing what they were doing. When they launched the gold scheme, it was like a SIP in gold. So I feel that every year, his conviction on the company only went up based on what the management was saying and what the management was doing. And they experimented with launching different brands. The company itself is very good in creating new products and launching different brands. That itself is an edge. But clearly, the main business, which is the jewelry business, stands apart.
Rajiv bhai, we also keep praying that we also get one such company like Titan. So the position will change. I'll sit as an investor over here and someone will moderate me then once I create a wealth from company like Titan. So Sanjay bhai, you are also an kind of entrepreneur investor because when you invest in companies, you also help them grow ideally. You advise them, whether it is a strategy, you help them connecting people. So here we have some fantastic companies like Steam House, Kirishbhai Luthra, Suchi Semicon, and all those. Surat has also emerged as a diversification in business. A lot of diamond companies have started into solar, semiconductors, and all those things. So, how does, suppose if I say that these kind of companies, if we bring it up to you or Rajiv ji or someone else, how do we really help them grow? Maybe at India level, so they are already there. At the global level, maybe at a good IPO level, strategic investments, and all those kind of things. If you can throw some light on that, that what kind of things a promoter should focus on to have a big vision, a clear vision on those lines.
So Kunal, first let me compliment you today. I met many people here, and believe me, outstanding people are here. I met industrialists, I met...
A round of applause for all of you.
And really, I never thought that I'm going to meet such amazing people here. I met some startup people. I told you, you're not startup, you're the grown-up company. So I'm very, very happy to meet any company who is really want to take the company to forward. On the first level one, we can come as an investor. It's all, Kunal, you are here as our partner. We can work with you always.
Thank you. Thank
Second, I feel like I've seen company growing. I can give many examples like when we have seen the JSW Energy. You won't believe a company in the leader with a market cap of 3.5 lakh crore. And the JSW Energy I was getting for 7,000 crores value. And recently you just asked Rajiv that what make you to take large bet? Believe me, when people tell me, no, you are so gutsy, we are not gutsy. Believe me, it's not something that I have money and I'm buying and throwing my money on any of the stocks. We really do a lot of hard work. We really go inside. We see what the company can grow from here to there. And you really see the stock JSW happened to be 20x, more than 20x into 18, 19x into 3 years' time. A company of 7,000 crores market cap to it almost $15 billion company. And we minted money. It's not something like, so how he says like you have to believe on the company, you have to believe on the growth, the story, what the tailwind for the sector is promoter aligned. We are so fast investing, is the promoter so fast to take that company to different level. So you to see many things, and I really compliment many people who are sitting here, like especially the company who feel like we can be a value addition for their company. Will be very, very happy to part with them. Secondly, what I feel like, especially towns and the people are very skeptical of creating a team. I think they should not hesitate to create a team. We should spend a lot of money in creating a team. And creating a team like
okay.
this. So I've seen many places that people are doing, they are making completely family-owned business. Today, if you see it, my